Travis Scott musician. This video compresses information gathered from Wikipedia in video format. Studies prove that reading while listening improves comprehension, increases speed as well as expands vocabulary and enhances fluency. Video sections: Abstract, Early Life, Career, Artistry, Personal Life, Discography, Awards and Nominations, Concert Tours, External Links. Give your feedback on the comments section. Support the channel by subscribing and liking the video. Thanks. Abstract. Jack Berman Webster II, born April 30, 1991, known professionally as Travis Scott, formerly stylized as Travis Scott, is an American rapper, singer, songwriter, and record producer. Scott's musical style has been described as a fusion of traditional hip-hop, lo-fi and ambient. In 2012, Scott signed his first major label deal with Epic Records. In November of the same year, Scott signed a deal with Kanye West's Good Music, as part of its production wing Very Good Beats. In April 2013, Scott signed a record deal with T.I.'s Grand Hustle imprint. Scott's first full-length project, the mixtape Owl Pharaoh, was self-released in 2013. It was followed with a second mixtape, Days Before Rodeo, in August 2014. His debut studio album, Rodeo, 2015, was led by the hit single Antidote. His second album, Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight, 2016, became his first #1 album on the Billboard 200. The following year, Scott released a collaborative album with Quavo titled Huncho Jack Huncho under the group name Huncho Jack. In 2018, his highly anticipated Astroworld was released to widespread critical acclaim and produced his first Billboard Hot 100 #1 single, Sicko Mode. In late 2019, Scott's record label Cactus Jack Records released the compilation album Jack Boys, which became their first #1 album on the Billboard 200 of the 2020s. As of 2020, Scott has sold over 45 million certified records in the US alone. He has been nominated for 6 Grammy Awards and won a Billboard Musica Award. Early life. Jack Berman Webster II was born in Houston, Texas. From ages 1 through 6, Webster lived with his grandmother in South Park, Houston, located in south-central Houston. The neighborhood was notorious for crime and had an impact on a young Webster. Growing up, my grandmother stayed in the hood, so I seen random crazy shit. Mad bums and crazy spazzed out motherfuckers. I saw people looking weird, hungry, and grimy. I was always like, I gotta get the fuck out this shit. It gave me my edge who I am right now. Webster moved to Missouri City, a middle-class suburban area bordering southwest Houston, to live with his parents. His mother worked for Apple and his father ran his own business. Webster's father is also a soul musician, and his grandfather was a jazz composer. Webster attended Elkins High School and graduated at 17. Webster then attended the University of Texas, San Antonio, before dropping out his sophomore year to fully pursue his music career. After dropping out, Webster immediately moved to New York City in an attempt to start his music career. His parents, frustrated that he had dropped out of school, eventually cut him off financially. Webster's stage name is derived from his late uncle's first name, Travis, and from fellow artist, Kid Cudi, whose first name is Scott. Career. Webster formed a duo with his longtime friend Chris Holloway known as the Graduates. In 2008, the duo released their untitled first EP on social networking website MySpace. The following year, Scott and Dog Chess, one of Scott's schoolmates, formed the group The Classmates. The Classmates released 2 projects, with Buddy Rich in 2009 and Cruisin' USA in 2010. Scott mainly handled production work on both projects. The duo remained together until late 2012, when personal conflicts and financial disputes led to the disbandment of the group. After leaving college, Scott moved from Houston to Washington Heights in New York City, where Scott began working with friend Mike Wax, who owned the music website Ill Roots. After moving to New York, Scott slept on the floor at his friend's house and spent most of his time at Just Blaze's studio. Eventually frustrated in New York and the lack of progression, Scott moved to Los Angeles, California. After only 4 months in the state, in Los Angeles, Webster was abandoned by his friend who had promised to help him by providing housing. His parents cut him off financially and he eventually was forced to relocate back to Houston, where his parents kicked him out of their home. Webster moved back to Los Angeles once again and began to sleep on the couch of a friend who studied at University of Southern California. Atlanta-based rapper and owner of Grand Hustle Records, T.I. would later hear one of Webster's productions, titled Lights, Lovesick. Quote, while in Los Angeles, T.I.'s representative contacted Webster, asking him to attend a studio for a meeting. During the meeting, T.I. freestyled over Animal, one of Webster's productions. Scott's first solo full-length project is a mixtape titled Owl Pharaoh, which was set to be released as a free download in 2012. However, the project was delayed, and was announced to be slated for a later release. The project was later recreated by Kanye West and Mike Dean, and was then again delayed for sample clearance issues. In promotion, Scott would release the track, Blocker La Flame, a remix of fellow Good Music label mate Pusha T's single, Blocker, which features production and vocals from Scott. The song was produced by Young Chop, with additional production by Scott himself, alongside Mike Dean. On March 22, 2013, Scott released the music video for a song titled Quintana, set to appear on Owl Pharaoh. The mixtape's version of the song features guest vocals from fellow American rapper Wale, while the production was handled by Scott himself, alongside Sac Passe and Mike Dean. On March 27, XXL revealed that Scott was a member of their freshman class of 2013. On March 29, 2013, following his interview with British disc jockey DJ Semtex, Scott premiered a snippet of his commercial debut single, titled Upper Echelon, featuring 2 Chainz and T.I. on April 2, 2013. Scott stated Owl Pharaoh was his official debut mixtape and would be released on the iTunes Store on May 21, 2013. On April 23, 2013, Upper Echelon was sent to Urban Contemporary Radio. The EP was released for free download. On March 13, 2014, Scott performed a new song, tentatively titled 1975, featuring Big Sean, from his upcoming project at the time, at the Texan Music Festival South by Southwest. Scott later confirmed via his Twitter account that the song is not called 1975, and would be included on his second mixtape, titled Days Before Rodeo. He would later take to his Twitter account to announce Rodeo as the official title for his major label debut studio album this year. On May 5, 2014, Scott released the full version of the song, with its new title, Don't Play, featuring a sample of the song, Monsieur O.N.E.Y., by the English rock band The 1975. On July 11, 2014, Don't Play was officially released as the lead single from Days Before Rodeo via digital distribution. Following the success of Days Before Rodeo, Scott announced that he would headline a concert tour called the Rodeo Tour, with rapper Young Thug and producer Metro Boomin. The tour started on March 1, 2015, in Santa Ana, California, and ended on April 1, 2015, in Portland, Oregon. The tour ran through major cities such as Denver, Colorado, Houston, Texas, Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Michigan, New York City, Atlanta, Georgia, Philadelphia, San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, California and Seattle, Washington. Second shows were added to some cities such as Los Angeles and New York City. after his first shows had sold out too quickly towards the eyes of his fans. Artists such as Kanye West, Chris Brown, Whale and Birdman made special guest appearances in certain cities. Rodeo was released on September 4, 2015, by Grand Hustle and Epic Records. The album features guest appearances from Quavo, Juicy J, Kanye West, The Weeknd, Sway Lee, Chief Keef, Justin Bieber, Young Thug and Toro y Big Buck, and includes production from Mike Dean, Kanye West, Wonder Girl, Subba, DJ Dahi, Metro Boomin, 1500 or Nothin', Sunny Digital, Southside, Terrace Martin, Zaytoven, Pharrell Williams and Scott himself, among others. The album was supported by 2 singles, 3500 featuring Future and 2 Chainz, and Antidote. The latter became his highest charting single on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart, peaking at number 16. Rodeo received generally positive reviews from critics and debuted at number 3 on the US Billboard 200 chart. It also debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Rap Albums chart. On January 4, 2016, Scott would announce that he has a new studio album on the way. On February 8, 2016, it was announced that I Love McConan, Vic Mensa and Scott would be a part of the WANGSQUAD and Alexander Wang campaign. On March 29, 2016, 300 Entertainment executive Lyle Cohen revealed that Scott and Young Thug were releasing a single together and called Scott's upcoming album a classic. On April 7, 2016, Scott previewed a single with Young Thug at one of his shows. On May 17, 2016, Scott announced that the title of his second album would be Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight, while also confirming the title for his third album to be Astroworld. On June 3, 2016, the collaborative single between Thug and Scott was released, titled Pick Up the Phone. The single, which also features vocals from Quavo of Atlanta-based rap trio Migos, reached number 43 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA. On August 31, 2016, Scott announced that Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight was finally finished. In a post on Instagram, Monsieur Scott premiered the album on his third episode of .wav Radio on September 2, 2016, and was later released on iTunes and Apple Music. On September 11, 2016, the album became Scott's first #1 album on the US Billboard 200. On September 12, 2016, Universal Music Publishing Group's CEO, Jody Gerson, announced that the label signed a worldwide deal with Scott. In the same episode, Scott premiered Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight. He also announced that he would be executive producing on Kanye West's Cruel Winter, a follow-up to his GOOD music label's debut compilation Cruel Summer. In the episode, he described the upcoming album as very youthful, straight to the point, like the illest ever, man, like the illest album this year. Scott performed at All-Star Weekend on February 16, 2017, in New Orleans at Champion Square. He also performed at New Orleans Beaucoup Music Plus Art Project Festival on March 10, 2017. On March 5, Scott announced a concert tour called Bird's Eye View. The next day, the dates and cities for the tour were unveiled, with it beginning on March 10 in New Orleans, Louisiana, and coming to an end on June 2 in Eugene, Oregon. In March 2017, Scott announced he would be launching his own imprint, under the name of Cactus Jack Records. During an interview, Scott said, "I'm not doing it to have financial control over my music. I want first and foremost to help other artists launch new names, to provide opportunities. I want to do for them what happened to me, but better. By better I mean no bullshit. No lying to the artists about album release dates or the budgets of videos and albums." On June 15, 2017, Scott announced he would be doing a European leg of the Bird's Eye View tour. The European leg started on the June 23 in Paris, and concluded on July 9 in Turku, Finland. This leg was mainly festival sets or in smaller club settings. On April 3, 2017, it was reported Scott had been working on a collaborative album with Atlanta-based rapper Quavo of Migos, potentially to be released later in 2017. Speaking to GQ, he confirmed, "The Quavo album is coming soon. I'm dropping new music soon. You know how I do it though. I like surprises." In addition to the collaborative album, Scott announced his third studio album Astroworld, named after the defunct Houston theme park of the same name, is nearing completion and would most likely be released in 2017. Scott was also featured on a track from Canadian rapper Drake's project More Life 2017, titled Portland. The song peaked at number 9 on the US Billboard Hot 100, becoming his first top 10 song as a featured artist. On May 16, 2017, Scott released 3 new tracks on SoundCloud, after teasing on social media for some time. The tracks were named A Man, Green and Purple, featuring Playboy Carti, quote, and Butterfly Effect. The latter was also released on every other streaming service. As the only track, the music video for Butterfly Effect was released on July 14, 2017. On August 10, 2017, Scott tweeted album mode as he had just finished the Damn tour as a supporting act for Kendrick Lamar. The night before, this tweet signified that he was now working on his album Astroworld full-time. On August 27, 2017, Scott performed with 30 Seconds to Mars at the 2017 MTV Video Music Awards on their single, Walk on Water. On September 18, 2017, Quavo and the Migos did an interview. Quavo stated that his album with Scott is coming real soon. He also stated that he and Scott have over 20 records ready. In October 2017, Scott was featured in a special piece titled Deserve, by Chinese-born Canadian rapper Chris Wu. On December 7, 2017, a clip of Quavo being interviewed by Zane Lowe was posted on the official Twitter account for Beats One. When asked about the title of their upcoming project, he confirmed it would be Huncho Jack Huncho. Scott was featured on Trippie Redd's Dark Knight demo on December 6, 2017. The song peaked at 72 on the Billboard Hot 100. On December 21, 2017, Webster and Quavo released their collaborative album, Huncho Jack Huncho. The album debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and had 7 tracks chart on the Billboard Hot 100. After the release of Huncho Jack Huncho, Webster was spotted in the studio a lot more frequently, and Billboard slated an expected first quarter release for Astroworld. On May 4, 2018, 4 days after his 26th birthday, Scott released a single titled Watch featuring Lil Uzi Vert and Kanye West. The single was released as promotional material for his third studio album Astroworld. Astroworld was released on August 3, 2018 to critical acclaim, and debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. Sicko Mode, the album's second single, peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming Scott's highest charting solo single. Scott was featured on 5 tracks of Metro Boomin's Not All Heroes Wear Capes. In December, Billboard reported that Scott was to make a guest appearance at the Super Bowl 53 halftime show. During Maroon 5's set, this performance was met with major backlash. On April 18, 2019, Scott, accompanied by The Weeknd and SZA, released a track for the popular HBO series Game of Thrones. The track is titled Power is Power, and is a reference to a scene that took place in the first episode of the show's second season. The track is the second song on the Game of Thrones' upcoming album entitled For the Throne. In August 2019, Scott's documentary film Look Mom, I Can Fly was released on Netflix. Scott released a single, Highest in the Room, which debuted and peaked at number 1 on the Hot 100, being his first song to debut at the top and his second number 1 following Sicko Mode in 2018. The same month, Scott featured on the remix of Young Thug's single, Hot with Gunna, who was featured on the original song as well. The song was added to the deluxe edition of Thug's debut studio album, So Much Fun. On December 2nd, Scott announced a compilation album with his Cactus Jack label members, consisting of Don Toliver, Sheck Wes and producer Chase B. Titled Jack Boys. Scott revealed the album would be released on December 26 via Instagram this year. The album featured a remix of Highest in the Room featuring Spanish singer Rozalla and American rapper Lil Baby, the latter's verse being leaked months prior. On December 27, 2019, Scott released the music video for Gang Gang, performed by Wes, with uncredited vocals and cameo appearances from Scott, Toliver, and rapper Luxury Tax 50. On December 30, 2019, Scott released the music video for Gatti, performed with the now late Pop Smoke. The lyrics of Gatti references Scott's breakup with his ex-girlfriend Kylie Jenner. On March 20, 2020, Scott released the music video for Out West, performed featuring Young Thug. Scott performed several virtual live shows in the video game Fortnite Battle Royale from April 23 to 25, 2020 based on songs from his Astroworld album this year. The performance also included the premiere of his new song with fellow artist Kid Cudi. The pair released the song, The Scotts, as a duo under the same name. Tying with the performance, numerous cosmetic items for player avatars based on Scott in the concert were available to purchase by players of Fortnite. The song debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming Travis Scott's third US number 1. In May he collaborated for a second time with Rozalla on her track TKN, where he raps in Spanish for the first time ever. Scott was on the cover of GQ's September 2020 issue, and revealed he will be releasing a collaborative album with Kid Cudi. This follows their number 1 single, The Scotts, released earlier in May. No additional information has been provided yet. On August 22, 2020, Scott released the single The Plan, the theme song to Christopher Nolan's film Tenet. Artistry. Scott has stated that he is influenced by Bon Iver, Kid Cudi, Monsieur I.A., Kanye West, Toro y Moi, Tame Impala, T.I., and Tom York. Spin magazine compared his 2013 mixtape Owl Pharaoh to Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon 2. The Legend of Mr. Rager. Scott makes heavy use of audio manipulation effects such as auto-tune, phasing, delays, and stereosculpted chorusing and harmony structures, predominantly influenced by producers Mike Dean and Alex Tomei. Scott's musical style has been described as a blend between traditional hip-hop and lo-fi, and often characterized as ambient. Scott himself has said, "I'm not hip-hop." Vulture described Scott's sound as unremittingly dark, syncretic, high-res, and above all unnatural. Scott has said that he is a fan of Broadway theater and would like to do an album of show tune covers. He has said that he would like to write his own musical in the future. Personal life. Scott began dating reality television star and entrepreneur Kylie Jenner in April 2017. On February 1, 2018, Jenner gave birth to their first child, daughter Stormy Webster. The couple broke up in September 2019. However, they have been spotted together since, sparking rumors of their reconciliation. Discography. Studio albums, collaborative albums, mixtapes. Awards and nominations. The Grammy Awards are awarded annually by the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences. Scott has 7 nominations. MW Parser Output, Awards Table TD. Last Child, Texter Line. Center. Concert Tours. Headlining, supporting. External links. Media related to Travis Scott at Wikimedia Commons.